Hey guys, Snark here. This time I'll be doing a tutorial video for the normal Grozilla and Grasmera fight. That's the highest level one. Make sure that if you want to attempt this boss at this level, to go to the second page of the NPC's dialogue, otherwise it will end up in a different room. I actually wanted to cover these bosses last year when I was working on the guide the first time. But I guess I just didn't have enough time, so I'm making sure to do it now, while Vulkanian is still open for the next month or so. Okay, let's get started. I actually messed up the position of my own characters here. So if you're looking to set up Grozilla and Grasmera's position early on in the fight, have your characters that can move, push and pull, have them start towards the top of the map, like SRAM, Panda, IOP, Masquerader, Fogger, Sacred, there's lots of them. Make sure they start towards the top, they can set up things early on. It will be worth it. Even if you can't get any damage for the first few rounds. Okay, so as we get into the fight, you'll first notice that Grozilla will attract a player and make them pass their turn. In fact, both Grozilla and Grasmera can do this. They can make players pass a turn. Grozilla does this by attracting players. I don't know the spell names. And Grasmera does this by pulling herself towards players, like the Masquerader Bling spell. That's the first reason for setting them up in a certain spot. If they're set up against the wall or if they're locked in place, they won't be able to cast the spell since it's only ranged, and they will no longer make the players pass their turns. So that's good. Second thing you'll notice is that they do quite a lot of damage. It's the start of the second round now, and my Fekka nearly died. Really glad he didn't, though. So yeah, they do a lot of damage, and they increase each other's damages. So Grozilla deals neutral damage with, I believe, Tyrannization, and he puts players in the Tyrannized state. And Grasmera, on her end, deals fire damage with Meteorite, which puts players in the Meteorite state. What these states do is that they increase damage when hit by the other boss. So if you're hit by Grasmera, and if you've already been hit by Grozilla, you'll take extra fire damage, and vice versa, except neutral damage, of course. That's the second reason for setting them up in a certain way. If you can have a block between them to, disrupt line of sight, they will not be able to hit the same players. So targets that Grasmera hits will not be hit by Grozilla, and they won't take the extra damage. And targets that Grozilla hits will not be hit by Grasmera, and they won't take extra damage. That will help everyone. You will need to heal less, which means your healers can hit, whatever. Third thing you'll see is that Grasmera summons little sword shells. She just did that, in fact. They are either juvenile or novice sword shells. They're novice if she crits, I think. And Grozilla will be able to mature them into mature or venerable sword shells. They get pretty annoying, and I believe she can have at least 3 of them, though not in the same turn. She can summon once a turn, I think. But yeah, they get really annoying if they've been matured. So it's probably best to kill them while they're still small and have less HP. They'll be really annoying, especially if you get a moist sword shell. Definitely kill that one because they steal AP. I guess that's the third reason to lock them in place like this, because Grasmera needs an open cell to summon. Let's see. We're still at round 4, so I'll take this moment to thank Rodnev and Strap Online for joining me in this fight. Without them, the recording wouldn't have been possible. Okay, so turn 5 is coming up soon, and something special happens on round 5. I've started round 5, and every 5 turns after that, Grozilla will cast Peas in a Pod, which causes both of the bosses to enter the critical mass state. If Grozilla and Grasmera happen to be far enough apart away from each other during this round or at the start of the next round, then they will kill all the players on the map, which ends the fight, obviously. So yeah, make sure they're close enough to each other. They'll start missing each other, and no one will be happy. The range for this is 2 rounds, 2 cells, I mean. So if they're within 2 cells of each other, everything will be fine. This only happens at the start of round 5, 10, 15, etc. You can move them apart after that, but there's no real reason. If you're in a different setup, I can see that happening, though. Of course, having them right next to each other is fine too. You can have players just taking more damage. You'll just need more healing in that case. I guess that's the fourth reason for this setup, is because that block is just one cell wide, which means the Grozilla and Grasmera are just two cells apart, which is the limit for that effect. Okay, so let's take a moment to talk about the achievements. They are Impertinent, which is a little easier than it sounds at first. Now, it sounds a bit hard at first because the map is so wide and players can start at the bottom of the map, but if you're in a large group, have either a Sakura start at the bottom to transpose up towards the top of the map, or you can push Grozilla and Grasmera towards the center of the map, or you can use MP manipulation like with an Enutroph or an Eclipse Smell to help move players up towards the center of the map faster. Additionally, you can use summons for that achievement. Allow Grasmera to summon a few Sora Shells, and you stand next to them in order to not fail the challenge or the achievement. The other achievement is Zombie, and that one, yeah, that one's pretty hard. I honestly don't remember how I did it. It was a while ago. How did I do it? I guess we just more or less allowed Grozilla and Grasmera to roam as they wanted to, and just moved them close enough to each other at the start of round 5 and 6. The third achievement is Duo, and that is also easier than it sounds, because you can use Grozilla and Grasmera's AI and abilities against them. You can allow Grasmera to pull up to summon like a Kewit or a tree, and you can lock them in place at a few spots on the map, like towards the center of the map, towards the bottom right side of the center area. There's a little nub where you can put either Grozilla or Grasmera in there. And you don't need tons of map manipulation. You can't... A panda doesn't really help all that much because you can't lift them. Sackers can't swap them, or at least they can use cooperation on them. So you don't need a whole lot. You just need release, and you just need to use their AI against them. Finally, they have a second way to KO players, and that is if one happens to die before the other will get angry and start killing players off one by one. Okay, and that seems to be the end of the fight. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps. Helps us help complete your achievements or just complete the dungeon period. Have fun, and I'll see you some other time.